Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Nekomonogatari tonight. Nekomonogatari Shiro. Let me be correct. Nekomonogatari Shiro. Tonight we're on episode 3. So, what is happening? Great question. Blah blah blah. Skip comments. Boom. Okay, you already know the deal. I don't gotta do the full thing every time, right? Yeah. So I just wanted to real quick hit like 1 to 2 of these real quick. And then we're gonna jump into a little scroll through a recap, and then we're gonna watch the episode. You know how it goes. So yeah, let's just start to the top. I'm not gonna hit all these, but there's not even that many, but like, we're chilling. I'll just start with the top. So this first thing, is on Hanakawa's existence, one of her character traits. So I'll just read a little bit of this comment here. Regarding Hanakawa's seemingly selfish conviction in doing good things, and a very important trait of her that you seem to still be missing, even though it was already mentioned, is that whenever she does something good, her actions tend to go way beyond what a normal person/girl would do without even realizing it herself. Like burying a random dead cat in the woods. Who would actually do that? That's crazy. Yeah, so I am completely aware of that. I've been aware of that. Not missing that. But I guess there's some work we can do to try to incorporate that with the rest of her character, right? And then I'll continue the comment. You're convinced that her main conviction doing morally good things is that she just wanted to be a normal girl, hence putting off a facade and doing all the good actions for the sake of it. Blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't make her truly genuine if that's the case. No? Yeah, like, I agree completely. That's literally what I'm trying to say, is that this is what's happening, and she's not being truly genuine, and that's maybe an issue. Like, I'm putting that out as a hypothetical. I'm not completely confirmed on it or anything, right? But, like, so yeah, what she is doing, she does crazy moral actions, like burying a dead cat in the woods, or, Kizu, right, where she helped out Araragi and got her entire torso blasted, right? By like episodes cross. She's doing all these like completely self-satisfying, completely real, completely morally good things to the point of like kind of insanity a little bit. That's kind of the same reason she got hit by her dad, right? Because what was it? It was like she got hit and then she was still kind of, no, yeah, it was like, that's what Oshino was saying. Oshino was saying she's acting so pure and so good that it's kind of like painful for the family, which is why the dad hit her, right? So yeah, like that's a really big thing for her. The idea, my current state that I'm thinking, is that the reason that she is doing all these like extremely good things to the point of being abnormal is because she's trying to be normal so hard that it's then becoming abnormal, right? Because she wants to be, and I could be off. Maybe this, because a lot of this came from Araragi looking at her, right? It was like a lot of the other arcs about her. So, and those are all from Araragi's perspective. So I don't know. Maybe I'm sticking too much to Araragi's word or whatever the narrator. Yeah, Araragi's word. But what I'm kind of thinking is that she jumps families a lot, right? She's in this family and she wants to be a normal girl. However, she's neglected in like she's been hit. Of course, that was a lot later, but she's neglected so much that. Like, that has led to her wanting to be a normal girl so bad that it's become extreme and it's become abnormal. So, like, I see these two traits of her being abnormal and her wanting to be a normal girl as connected. Yeah, that's my current spot. And so when you try to apply that to her morals, right, and her actions, then I'm thinking there's this facade thing going on where... or potentially, facade's a weird word to use, and I think I've used it before. I don't know, it's, whatever, I'll just keep using it for this second. This facade thing going on where, like, deep down she just wants to be a normal girl so bad because of all the abuse stuff and all the neglect stuff, that's the core reason for her doing the morally good machine-like things to the point of being abnormal. But that difference there between... the facade and whatever, and like the true reason, or like the difference there between her morally good actions and the reason she's doing them, which is the whole to be a normal girl thing. I think that difference is maybe like something we're going to deal with in the arc. That's where I was at, and that's where I kind of am at right now. Because exactly, that doesn't make her truly genuine if that's the case. Yeah, I agree. That I don't think she's necessarily truly genuine. Because, like, yeah, we're saying, like, she's truly genuine, but who's our source for that? It's Araragi. Araragi idolizes her, right? So, and he's a flawed narrator. Like, it's all coming from his perspective. So even if he sees her as truly genuine, that doesn't mean she's truly genuine, right? Like, we're we're in her arc now, and we should hopefully be able to get some insight into like why she's doing everything from her, so that we can kind of corroborate, right? But yeah, the reality is that her actions make her do the opposite. Morally good things like a machine without her emotions getting in the way and ending up doing better than most. That's what Araragi respects about her. This is true. One could even call it a curse, hence the cat wanting to save her master from it. Yeah. There's also the whole thing with, like, she's having her whole, like, identity crisis, which was, like, literally happening with the whole... Like, that was in episode 1 of this arc, right? The very beginning, there's, like, some stuff about identity. And there's the whole distinction between her and her cat, which is, like, it's the same being. Like, she made Black Hanakawa. So, you know, there's an entire thing going on there. So, like, it's hard to even use her as, like, a perfect source because she is a kind of split person right now. But yeah, so yeah, I got this, and hopefully I've now clarified how it incorporates into the rest of my current reading of what's going on. There we go. Okay, this was a good, fun little detail, and I kind of mentioned it, but it's good to double up on, is at the very end of the episode, Senjugahara is asking Hanakawa, can you tell me once more that you are still in love with Araragi-kun? And this was right at, let me just pull up the quote. Please don't get an ad, please don't get an ad. Dang it! It's fine, let me just mute it and wait. I'm not giving them free advertising, I'm scrolling away. 2 ads? 2 ads. It's YouTube, okay? Just suffer with me, it's okay. Okay. Let's see, let me go back a little bit, because we're just gonna watch my reaction, okay? Go. Bottom right. So yeah, Senjugahara is talking about how Hanakawa's tastes completely enveloped Senjugahara's tastes. To the point of, like, she just accepts everything. You like anything and everything, they all end up being in the same in the end, which I think reminds Senjugahara of what she was talking about with Kaiki, which is what that comment was about. I think Senjugahara is about to say a line about that, if I'm not cringe. No, wait, just kidding. Am I wrong? Where's the line? She said a line that basically was saying that. But, point being, oh yeah, right here. Yeah, you accept everything that comes your way, right? That may be the case with me, and that may also be the case with Araragi-kun. So yeah, that combined with this kind of got me thinking that, like, in Nisei, when she was talking with Araragi and with Kaiki, it was, I think, more with Araragi than with Kaiki, but Kaiki's the one that kind of brought it up. She was talking about how, Senjugahara, right? She was talking about how, like, oh, anyone that would have saved me, I would have fallen in love with, which caused her some self-doubt in her relationship with Araragi, because it's like, well, I don't know if I even love you for you, I just love you because you were the first one to save me, right? That kind of thing. And so I think she's projecting is a weird word to use, because I don't like the connotation of it, but I think she's trying to help Hanakawa through what Hanakawa's going through because it relates to what Senjugahara's gone through. Because Senjugahara thought she had those self-doubts because of kind of she was going to love anybody, and now she's seeing the same thing in Hanakawa, where she's kind of thinking, oh, Hanakawa would maybe love anybody, especially anybody that, like, shows intimacy or something like that, right? To the point that, like, yeah. So it's like the same thing. Like, they both had, like, a similar arc, and now Senjugahara is trying to maybe help Hanakawa through that kind of same rut. And Hanakawa's kind of said the same thing to Senjugahara, where Hanakawa was saying that Senjugahara has actually had character development, and she feels like Senjugahara has changed and grown, while Hanakawa herself feels like she hasn't, that kind of thing. So yeah. I literally pulled up Bake episode 1. I couldn't find this quote. Somebody else is going to have to help me out with that if it's important. So yeah. Are you gay? The chapter skipping being the cat waking up, crazy stuff. This I just thought was funny. This is Hanakawa, or the shower was Hanakawa's first experience of intimacy since early childhood. Neglect is pretty absolutely horrible. This is important. Don't forget that Senjo has her own agenda, though, so all this we shouldn't take at face value. What is Senjo's agenda? I kind of feel like Senjugahara is doing this for Hanakawa's good. I kind of trust Senjugahara to, like, as a friend, but maybe I shouldn't. But yeah. Also, comments for algorithm gods, Pog. So yeah, just a little quick one there. Just to hit a few things. Let's pull up episode 2. Okay, so we got a little bit of information about Araragi. Sorry, excuse me, which was always cool. The arc or the OPED were fire. I love the OPED. The prince princess dynamic or like idea is kind of fun to kind of shoe in as well. We had the shower scene, of course. Wouldn't be Monogatari without it wouldn't be a Monogatari arc, let's say, without something like that. Intimacy, they slept in the same bed. So man, it's crazy. I mean, really putting in perspective with like what one of the comments said, where she literally has been neglected. So of course she's gonna fall in love with anybody that doesn't neglect her, right? Like I feel like that's just kind of a given. The first person to show her affection, she's gonna lock onto. I guess one thing that I would be curious about is why Araragi was literally the first one, right? Like, did she have previous relationships that she like gave up on, or did she even have previous relationships that showed her affection? Because she didn't have that in her family, but did she have that at all with friends? I mean, I kind of feel like she might not have. And Araragi was the first one, which parallels Senjugahara's worries. And now Senjugahara is like the second one or whatever, and she's like rubbing up on Hanakawa. Yeah, I think this is what's happening. Senjugahara is freaking loving, not just rubbing, but loving up on Hanakawa, you know, giving her the full massage, giving her the full treatment, right? You know, seducing her pretty much to kind of get Hanakawa to fall in love with her. And I use that kind of lightly, but to get Hanakawa to catch feelings for Senjugahara, let's say, to prove to Hanakawa that her feelings for Araragi are maybe just like her feelings towards anyone that shows her affection, right? Her tastes will absorb anyone, you know, going off the analogy at the end here. So but what do we get out of like exposing this to Hanakawa? I mean, I guess this might help Hanakawa, like if she can recognize that she could like fall in love with anyone that shows her affection and intimacy, then she could probably start making the choice to cut things out and actually prioritize and choose, right? Which would then, I think, disrupt her love for Araragi that's causing her a lot of stress. Right? Something like that. I kind of like that. This arc is really good, by the way. I think this is definitely one of the best arcs. But what is the tiger? My little Tigre, El Tigre. Yeah, I'm like stuck on the tiger, really. Because the crazy thing is the tiger here was just like, what's up? Like, get out of here. I don't care about you. Like, get out of here. Though, he was saying that to Black Hanakawa. The whole, like, I couldn't care less about you thing. Or was this, which one is this? Yeah, that's him saying to Black Hanakawa, I couldn't care less about you. But he did appear intentionally, or at least intentionally is maybe not right, but he did appear to normal Hanakawa. So, I guess he has business with normal Hanakawa. I kind of want to just pull that up again. Oh, wait, my thing's not working. Bing, bing. Episode 1. Tigre, 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 Tigre. House on fire. Good stuff. Oh, yeah, he, like, calls her white. And the translation for white could also mean, like, a lie, maybe. So, because, yeah, she's, like, pure white in normal Hanakawa form, and then pure black in a black Hanakawa form. Right? That's kind of, I feel like, what's going on. Ooh, and then her pajamas are gray. Does that mean something? Is that what our goal is? To make her find a form of gray where she, in incorporating black Hanakawa to normal Hanakawa, it's like conquering your shadow self, or not conquering, but integrating with your shadow self or whatever. I don't know, man. And then shower time. So what's gonna happen? I mean, it's episode 3. Wait, episode 2. What is going to happen? I think Senjugahara is trying to get Hanakawa to fall in love with her and become more of a picky eater when it comes to forming human connections, which I think is important. Like I would agree, right? Like that you can't. Well, I don't want to spin off into my own tangent too much. As much as it is fun to just talk about myself for like an hour, because, you know, humans like to talk about themselves, I would say. Most people like to talk about themselves. Am I wrong for that, for then talking about myself? I don't know. Yeah, who cares? Besides the point. See, I'm already spinning off into a tangent. Point being, though, like, accepting everything versus, like, despising things. Like, what's the importance of despising something? Because that's what Shinjigahara says, right? I've kind of been, or detest is the word she says. To have something you detest is about as important as having something you love. That's a bar. That's a really good line to think about. And I've been thinking about it since I last recorded the last couple days. I'm kind of where I'm at. Like, previously to sing this line, I've been on like a weird kick where I try to like detest nothing and accept everything. You know, like even those horrible of things, I try to like detach the action from the person, and I still like I don't detest the person, I just detest what they do. So like, oh, like someone murders somebody else, like I hate the murder and I hate the pain that the murder causes, but I don't hate the murderer. Like it's like keeping like a weird bridge of sympathy there instead of burning it. It's been like a weird thing I've been trying to think about as like, you know, like an all acceptance kind of thing, like an all encompassing, I don't know. Like taking everything in its best light possible, like a weird optimism towards analyzing and looking at like other people. But like this quote from Shinjigahara, to have something you detest is about as important as having something you love, along with some other quotes of like, the only one that comes to mind is like the Hamilton quote, like if you don't stand for something that, or what is it? If you don't stand for something, then what do you fall for? Something like that. I don't know. There's a bunch of lines about like the importance of disliking or hating something, or you know, dividing what you like and what you don't like so that you can better protect what you like or whatever. Or like, you know, give the variation, give the contrast to like your human experience, all that kind of stuff that has me like thinking that may like, I don't know, should I personally hate and detest people? Like, is that good? No agape love to bring the Greeks in? I don't know. So yeah, this line from Shinjigahara really tapped into like something that I've been currently thinking about, which is just again proof of how good monogatari is, right? If it's dropping bars about like things that I've been trying to like figure out in my head, and it's nothing even about me, right? Like, because I'm saying I, of course, I don't mean it like, oh, I'm special, blah blah blah. This is the human people. Like human people think about things, and the show's able to like verbalize it and put into interesting situations and spin myths into it to kind of like materialize it into ways that's easier to understand and digest and pick apart, blah blah blah. It's a good show and I like it. Basically, Pog. So Shinjigahara, you're seducing Hanakawa. Let's figure out how that's gonna let's figure out how that's gonna go. Why don't we? Why don't we? I personally would be fine with the two of them being together a little bit, right? It's kind of cute. It's kind of a cute idea. But poor Araragi's just out on a business trip. What's Araragi doing, man? He leaves for 2 minutes and a tiger shows up to Hanakawa, right? Is it connected? I feel like one of our next arcs is gonna be about whatever Araragi's doing while he's gone. You know, it'd be crazy if like if we got arcs from even more than Hanakawa's perspective, like other even more characters' perspectives of just like what do all these side characters do when Araragi's gone? That'd be funny. That'd be cool. Okay, episode 3. Let's get this going in a 3, 2, 1, bang. Oh, my poor throat. My poor throat. Okay. Cicada shells. It feels like Araragi's fake and you're the real thing, Hanakawa. I mean, Shinjigahara is also saying it. Yeah. I can taste your courage. Sugar cubes. Yeah, break it down for me. Please. The difference between his conviction and his action. Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, take advantage of your goodwill. Ooh. Ooh. Wait. Maybe that's part of why he acts so perverse. I like that. Pretend to be bad while being good. The value of a fake. Someone called Kaiki. You're probably just too white. That's what the tiger was saying too. Thick-headed when it comes to shadows. Right, Centric Horror really breaks it down. I appreciate that from her. Like white sand, like white feathers. From paper to sand to feathers. Okay, well. Oh! Bunch of characters there. Okay. I'm gonna have to remember to try to go back and see what was flashed on the screen there. Okay, so why is she good, though? Is it really just, like, pure good nature, and it doesn't have to, like, do it all with her wanting to be normal? Because that's, like, the idea I'm fixated on. That, like, she wants to be normal because of... This OP is so good. Because of her, neglect. That the neglect made her want to be a normal girl, want to be accepted, to the point of being abnormal. It was, like, self-defeating. It was, like, a... Right? Her attempt to be normal caused her to be abnormal. Her attempt to overcome the pain drove her into more pain. Overcome the neglect made her more neglect, right? Gave her more neglect. The pure white knight is full of lies. Chocolate, yummy. You know, but like, where am I even getting that idea from? Like, I mean, they've talked about that, right? That was kind of the entire point. But now I feel like I gotta revisit, like, all of Bake to get in, you know, all of freaking every arc that Hanakawa's in, just to get any idea of what even is going on with the character, man. Don't you dare make me rewatch the series, but right now. I just go to the start and rewatch up to this point and then continue. We just, like, double the length of how long it'll take me to get through Monogatari. Literally, that's where I feel like I'm at. 23. Oh, frick. Where's my pencil? I don't have a pencil! Okay, well, gotta memorize it. Kanbaru! Yes, Kanbaru! Oh no. Imagine Hanakawa just falls in love with every character. That would be so funny. I became her accomplice in a lie. Oh, right. She was talking about that, I feel like. Oh. Is it gonna be intimacy? No? Yes, yes! No, wait. Araragi. Just kidding. Tonight at 9, second floor. Oh, there's a... Yeah. There's a lot of second floors. Good point, Hanakawa. What is going on with Araragi? Not accepting calls and wanting to pull Kanbaru in? Kanbaru, what are you doing? Is she just climbing outside? Oh, your yaoi books or yuri books or whatever? Those expectations. Those expectations. As expected of Hanakawa. Because she actually does feel bad about it. That's what caused the cat to come out. Right? Yeah, break it down for me. Use your Giga Brain. Are we still on 24? I forgot. I said I'd memorize it. I forgot. The last chapter. Is that the dad? Oh, we've met him before. We've met him before. He was in the car with Hadaragi. I kind of want to rewatch that episode. That episode of Bake was so good. First disembowel. Good move. Smile. Yeah, that was a possibility, that he needs an oddity for some reason. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Maybe him and Shinobu are having some sort of problem. Or like Shinobu's like sick or something. I'm completely guessing, right? Good point. Wow, you're good, aren't you? She doesn't even want to interrupt them. Wow, I love Hanakawa. Oh. You silly goose. You silly little goose. That's right, meow. They're here. Imagine it's one of the oddity people. Oh, it's gonna be freaking Kagenui and Ononoki, bro. It's gotta be, right? Trump. No! Whoa! Okay, was not ready for them. You did show up, Karen and Tsukihi. They said they were gonna be in the post-credits. They lied to me. Okay, yeah. What's up, Karen? Oh, she's got the Araragi lick. A Gahara joke. That's right. Wouldn't know. Yeah. You little liar. His background music is killing me. It's got such a quirky sound. You're a little liar. No wonder you're fake. Epitome. Whoa. Sindagahara is making mental moves. Oh, and pulling up the brother-sister dynamic. The inferiority. Wow, what a challenge. Got baited. Karen got baited. Oh. Oh, look, she has a little plate for her. Some tea. Wow, Tsuki, right, Tsuki's hair grows really quick. That's why she has it in that really weird thing. That little, like, necklace thing. Aw. And we know they're friends, right? Oh, it's nighttime outside. Aw. I kind of saw that coming and was a little curious about it. Because, yeah, having Hanakawa sleep in Araragi's bed, I don't know, it's like slightly peculiar. I wonder if that's going to cause her anything. Aww. Yes, parents! I was about to say, give me some info about them. We're related by blood? You little fake. They both have a passion for justice. Yeah, what do they work as? Cops? Oh, around 6, okay. I knew it! I'm so good at this, dude. Oh, they're cops because he has a detest for authority, bro. So of course he's gonna have cop parents. That's what we're talking about! Ah, that feels good, man. The lucky guess, bro. The lucky educated guess. Wait, she's undressing? Nah, who cares? Calm down. Ooh. Yeah, okay. So that's where they all get their justice stuff from. And where he gets his, he acts bad because it's like it's like a counter. Or like, you know. She has so much hair, Rapunzel looking. Dude, I love that. I love them being cops. That's so good. Wait, okay, where are we at? Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch a little bit of this because I got distracted by screaming. Yeah. Desperation time. Dang. The self-doubt, man. This show, man. The cop thing is so good, dude. The cop thing is so good. I'm still tripping about the cop thing. Hi, Karen. You have no aura? Okay. But maybe because they're real, they don't have to embellish themselves. Yeah, okay. Okay. What's with this wow I did it feeling? Hilarious. Hilarious. Oh man, this is like my favorite episode. Just out of nowhere. Just because of that one piece of info. Because it just fits in so well to the entire show. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like her being in his bed and now in his clothes is gonna like cause weird stuff. Ooh, you... Get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, are we doing cat time? Yeah, cat time. Burn off the stress, how we do it. It's probably what she was doing when she was looking in the mirror. Shinobu, what do you mean you're just here? Oh my goodness, why is Shinobu in the roof? What's up, Shinobu? That was not ready for Shinobu to just appear. Wow, Araragi doesn't have Shinobu with him. That's really insane to me. She's a roulette wheel? That's funny. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, so the roulette wheel, it's just coincidence, kinda. Oh wow, she's helping Shinobu out. Meeting that monkey girl. Thought into what? Lineages, consciousness? What are you talking about? Nice. Okay. Identity crisis, identity crisis, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. Okay. Terminator and Terminator 2? Yeah? Ridiculous, this show. Open or hidden? It's funny, she's playing with the rope like she's actually a cat. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. A bathing man. Not who that is. He slept in the bath. Yes! Yes, Shinobi, he slept in the bath. It would just make sense. Seem different, they might be linked. That's what's going on with her. Okay. Oh, I like that Shinobu. There was some good dialogue about weight in the flashing bits there. Tiger. Yes, 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 yes. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Meandering with a Y. Meow. Jeez. Talk about the crossroads. Ooh, that's a big one? Okay. Stop walking on the roof. That's just... What are you... That's crazy. Tiger that only you can see. So it's another Hanakawa manifestation. Interesting. I love how they did her hair there to like show her perspective to the gravity. To gravity, right? So I think it's got to be like an identity crisis, Tiger. Oh, combo. Oh, yeah, and she got some energy drain going on because that's automatic. Yeah. Aw, this is kind of my favorite thing. Look at them. What a good duo. I like... Wait, what's going on? The cram school is burned down? What? I loved this place. It's gone? Burnt down, just like her house. Fire extinguisher foam tank. Burnt donuts. Oh, even Shinobu's shocked. I mean, yeah, of course she would be. Oh, they're gonna end the episode. Oh. Okay, burnt down. Okay, you know what'd be really funny? This is crack. This is crack theory. Hanakawa has another personality that's burning things down that neither the cat, Black Hanakawa, nor Hanakawa is aware of. That's kind of silly. Is it silly? I mean, it's kind of goofy, but like it's kind of remotely possible just because the whole crossroads thing, right? Like identity crisis. Let me read. Okay. Let me read some of this. This is episode 1 Hanakawa stuff. This is for you to know that I am a cat, a tiger, and a human. So yeah, the tiger's part of her. It's from her own perception, as well as Black Hanakawa the cat, as well as herself, human. Yeah. Like she constructed the tiger. What's her problem? So she has the stress problem going on, and she also, I think, has this identity thing going on. A story of betrayal. Why would I become disappointed in you? Maybe for betraying Araragi. Is this gonna be like your Araragi, like your independence from Araragi? Is that what we're gonna end up with? But we haven't even talked to him. We don't even know where he is. Though, it's kind of a crack theory, but like this is you could fit this in, where it's like she betrayed Araragi because she knew. Oh man, she knew. Okay, the chapter numbers. Did she burn down the school? I think she burnt down the school. I think she might have burnt down her house and the school. Because it's 2 for 2. She knew where the school... She knew he was going to be meeting there at that time. And normal Hanakawa has this weird thing where she's not really, like, aware of what Black Hanakawa is doing. Like, whenever Senjugahara just in this episode was talking to her, she, like, said, like, all the oddities, you know? Like, who else are oddities? And Senjugahara, or, like, you know... And Hanakawa goes, oh, what do you mean other than Araragi and Kanburu, like they're the only ones. And then Senjugahara went like, nobody else, meow. And then Hanakawa like didn't really understand. So like Hanakawa isn't really aware of what Black Hanakawa is doing. She has memory loss with all those events. That's been a thing. Like after each time she's gone cat mode, she hasn't really known what happened during cat mode. I think cat mode itself is having the same thing happen to her, where something's happening with cat mode Hanakawa that... Or even the tiger, maybe it's the tiger. Maybe let's literally say it's the tiger. The tiger is an extension of Hanakawa that is burning down these places. I think that's what's happening. And the cat, since it's separate from Hanakawa, but it's still like from Hanakawa and connected to Hanakawa, Black Hanakawa isn't aware that it's the one burning things down, yeah. But I would say, yeah, okay. Because the reason why I'm prescribing it though to Hanakawa and saying Hanakawa burnt them down, and the tiger was the part of her that did that, was because Hanakawa knew that Araragi was going to be meeting Kombaru there at the school, and she even kind of commented a little bit on like being potentially kind of jealous or whatever about it, having like some inappropriate feelings about it. So she knew he was going to be there with Kombaru, and then it burnt down. I mean, it can't be a coincidence. It can't be a coincidence. It's gotta, like with these chapter numbers, I mean, okay, so we had 26 here at 13. There's a flashing bit I do have to read, 25, and then it was 24 before that, right? I don't think we skipped over any this time. No, maybe it was 23. Let me read the flashing bits. Yeah, and all this stuff about being a failure, and like, I'll rewatch the bit with her in the mirror. I think that's probably going to be whatever was the discussion she had with herself in the mirror while naked, which is obviously another like big deal for like being naked and talking and looking at your own reflection. I think in the context of monogatari would be like being truthful to yourself and seeing yourself stripped away all the nonsense you put up as like a disguise for yourself, and stripping that all away and looking at it. I think that's what being naked in a mirror would mean, right? Whispering failure to yourself with your eyes closed in a classroom. Me for real. In other words, I'm white, I'm too white, I'm pure white. Me looking at my skin color. Here it is. I gotta calm down. Okay. But then I was sitting in class. My attention was drawn to the scribbles in Sundagahara's textbook. I must admit that I felt like words were just popping up meaninglessly in my head. Okay, so she was looking at the things in the textbook. I think it zooms in, right? We have Ononoki, I think. Araragi. Is that Full Metal Alchemist? I think she's talked about Full Metal Alchemist before, right? In Bake? I don't get that one. Oh, I think there were cats. It just went black? Oh, because the OP. Okay, thanks, OP. Thanks for cutting me off. Yeah. Oof, and the cops thing, bro. The cops thing makes so much sense, because it's the justice thing, plus it's Araragi not liking the justice thing, but still doing the justice thing. Because, it's so perfect. It's so perfect. Because, like, okay, so I'll try to break it down. Araragi, like, pretends to be bad. So that's, like, one thing, right? But then, like, he actually, like, does good actions, and he hides them underneath being bad. That's, like, a thing he does. And bad can mean perverted, or selfish, or whatever. But that's, like, a distraction so that people don't actually see him doing good things, right? He'll pretend it's just for perverted purposes, or whatever. So that's going on. Plus the sisters are into justice, right? And I feel like the whole thing with, like, Araragi distracting with the bad thing, it's like he does care about justice enough because he's actually doing justice things, you know? But with his parents as cops, as people of justice, he, like, doesn't, like, I don't even know how to verbalize it. Just his parents being cops and then him pretending to be bad makes so much sense. It just makes sense to me. Like, the justice part, you know what I mean? Can I just see, when did they talk about it? Like right here. I love this so much. It's so perfect. What a fantastic little bit of information. Together they said they're police officers. Did we get another dialogue? No, then they just start getting naked. Dang. Stop getting naked. Give me more information, man. More information, man. Because it's like this whole thing with, like, he cares about justice, but he doesn't want to just be his parents, right? He doesn't want to follow exactly in their footsteps. And maybe, like, he's been held to a just standard all his life. So there's, like, a rebellious streak mixed in there from having cop parents. Like, mixing all those things together and then makes a lot of sense when contrasted with his bad persona over good reality kind of thing. or like good actions with a bad persona thing, on top of like the sisters, like their whole thing for justice. It's just so good. It's just so good. What a wonderful show. I do kind of want to rewatch this entire scene because I think it's incredibly important, and I didn't really catch it because I was too busy talking about the cop thing. So, okay. It wasn't with a very positive attitude, but they allowed Hanakawa to stay over, the parents. Was this the good idea Senjugahara mentioned? Senjugahara said it was her trump card? Is that what this just said? Senjugahara planted this idea in Karen's head. That was her trump card. That's right, because she was, saying all this stuff about justice not being real and Hanakawa not having a bed, and then Ken was like, oh, of course I knew all of that stuff. Oh, yeah, of course I'll go offer her a bed. All that jazz. It felt like I played upon the Fire Sister's sense of justice. Senjugahara... Okay, so she felt a little guilty. Because, yeah, it is kind of... It's that same thing with taking advantage of a good person, right? I think, just like what was being said in the beginning, with Senjugahara, when she was commenting on Hanakawa, she was saying, good people will be taken advantage of. Maybe that's part of the reason why Aragi pretends to be bad. And Hanakawa, you're aware of this, but you're still doing it nonetheless, and that's kind of an entire crazy thing. So, what am I trying to say off of that? And so she feels like that same thing's happening where she's the one taking advantage of their goodness, of their justice, their whatever, right? It's also... Yeah. So now she's, trying to, solve for herself, or, this shot is actually so good. Her looking in the mirror while naked, right? Nudity, even in her context with, the intimacy thing, is kind of crazy, Because I think that intimacy brings out a lot of really complicated emotions for her that stem from the neglect, right? So for her to, be looking at herself in that moment of intimacy, along with the normal monogatari theme of, less clothes the more real you are with someone, it just hits hard, and I really like that. And it's just also, I would recommend you stare in the mirror at yourself. At least try it once, and just really just dig in there and take a good long look at that person, Yeah, relatable. Wait, what was that? I remember the words. What do you remember? I remember the words Senjugahara said to me this morning. Desperation time. That's such an interesting way to put it. Yeah, and this line. I don't think I can survive by myself. She's reconciling. She's reconciling this all. I've come to accept the bland. I'm dull against the shadows. In this with the sugar sweet nightmare, bland, to use the word bland and dull in a gray kind of feeling, as opposed to the sharp black and the sharp white and the sweet and the very potent. Now it's a bland and a dullness. And then the tiger starts showing up, man. And this is that probably exact moment when the tiger shows in the mirror is probably when the tiger burns down the cram school. And the tiger is something that I think Hanakawa sent unconsciously. Talk to a smart guy at school. I often think, are you really smart? What do you mean by that? People who are really smart, they're just praising Hanakawa. I love Hanakawa. This is such a good Hanakawa arc, but maybe because they're real, they don't have to embellish themselves. Ooh, okay, wait. So is it like the people? Okay, wait. So is the point here that like the people at school will like say all these big words and embellish themselves on how smart they are, but then Hanakawa, since she's real, she doesn't have to do all that and she can just speak on their level? Okay, bars. But that's got her thinking. You know, about being real. I mean, because everyone's calling her real, and everyone's praising her, and everyone's, you know, like Kambaru at the beginning was saying, what'd she say right before she flipped away? Like, heard your house burned down, as expected of you, that kind of thing. This music, by the way, the music they play in some of these scenes are so good. Like the guitar strumming, I love that. Or whatever that is, I don't even know music, man. I can't believe she acts like this, even though she knows. What a good line, What a good line, man. I can't believe she acts like this, even though she knows. You know, Hanakawa to Kambaru. Like, thinking about Kambaru. It's like, I can't believe it. How is she so cavalier about this? That's like... And she so brightly says, as expected of Hanakawa-senpai. Did she really know? Why did she say, I don't seem to be feeling down? That line hits so hard. It's like Hanakawa... Like, people are so used to Hanakawa being built different that, like, when Hanakawa is actually struggling in, like, the whole, like... facade or whatever, if you even want to call it that, whatever she is or was, you know, her perfect saint self or whatever you want to call it, the Hanakawa previously, right? Like, people are so used to seeing that Hanakawa that they see this Hanakawa and they can't even tell that she's feeling down. Like, why did she say I don't seem to be feeling down? Because Hanakawa, you are feeling down. I'm pretty sure. Like, I think a lot of it's under the surface for her. I mean, she says it's unreasonable. But she's like, yeah, and she kind of changes the subject a little bit from that, you know? Where she, like, thinks for a few moments about this, how, like, Kambaru doesn't see that she's feeling down, and that kind of weird interaction, and then she changes it immediately to, like, logically trying to decipher the situation with Araragi and Kambaru, you know? But you can see it in her eyes. Like, poor girl looks sad. Like, poor girl's really considering some stuff right now. And she's calling herself unreasonable. Oof. Yeah, it's like a disparity. It's like the perfect white is starting to crack, you know? And that's, I think, where the Tigre's coming from. Masapi Taki's father, by the way. Appreciate you. Is there a 28? Do we jump to a 28 per chance? Or a 27? It's so hard for me to, like, find the exact chapter things because if I'm just scrolling through, like, I'll probably miss it because it'll be so quick. Oh, now the two of them showed up at the school and it's burnt down. Memorable to my Miaster. Sengoku? Man, I have not thought about Sengoku in a minute. Wait. What was that? That building that should have been there, the abandoned ruin of that school, was not there. Okay, thanks. Burnt donut. Pipes falling. Everything breaking. Yeah, and the cat doesn't know, and Hanakawa doesn't know, and that's why the Tiger's the one that did it. It's so good, man. Let me listen to this little post-credit scene just for fun. And I was like, man, in the ED, actually, yeah, screw whatever I'm talking about. The ED, Kambaru and Tsukihi show up, and the other episode, I was talking about like, oh, like maybe they'll show up in the arc. But then in the post-credit scene, they said that they were being stuck with audio commentaries, so I thought that they were gonna get shafted. But then they actually showed up. Those little devils. So who else shows up? So we got... I mean, we already saw Hachikuji. Oh, jeez, it's so hard to tell who is who here. Is that Sundahara? I mean... Maybe Sengoku will show up? I mean, she's I think I saw her in the ED. Okay, let me watch this now. A little preview. Karen and Tsukihi, the Fire Sisters. Already announcing the 4th episode. Nail clippers? Boy. What an innovation. I don't use nail clippers, I just bite my nails. And they're cheap? Viva! Viva the Clipper! Viva the Clipper! That's funny. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to do about the tiger? I mean, I guess they might try to kill it. I mean, that's what the ED kind of does with the whole, like, scope thing. Like, maybe Black Hanakawa is going to try to, like, fight the tiger, but then it's going to become realized that the tiger is part of Hanakawa. It's another part of Hanakawa trying to decipher her own... I mean, it came on a crossroads, right? It came on a crossroads, which just has to be intentional. I think it's Hanakawa trying to integrate the white lies of ignorance, right? It's trying to break apart the whiteness and the division between the white chocolate and the black chocolate, right? And the tiger is... Why would you burn things, though? Why would you burn things to do that? I mean, burning the house did force her to recognize it as her own house, which kind of promoted part of this thing. Burning the school, betraying Araragi. I think that's why they said betraying at the beginning here, by burning the school down, right? By burning the school down. Yeah. I don't know, man. Good arc. I'm liking this arc a lot. That's probably where I'm going to leave it for this episode of Nekomonogatari Shiro. On to the next episode 4. Of course, if you like the video, like the video, subscribe if you're new, blah, 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 comment, don't leave anything to say, or join the Discord and talk to me, or other Monogatari fans there. Of course, comment down below. I know I said that, but in case you have any interesting things, anything you want to talk about with the show, I am down, and I'm sure other people appreciate it as well. You know, some good discussion. It's a very good discussion show, which is both intimidating and beautiful. Because, man, it's sometimes nice to just pog at a screen for 26 minutes and 38 seconds. But this is not a pog at the screen for 26 minutes and 38 seconds show, you know? This is a show you dig into and you have a full course meal with. Which I appreciate. But yeah, that's all I got for this episode. Episode 3 of Nekomonogatari Shiro. On to the next. I'll be seeing you then. Peace.